Well, I think it was the fact that I was spending so much time consulting, I wasn't mentoring the team. The retention on the team's ability to keep patients and look after them to their best ability was kind of lacking.
Unless you've got all your systems dialed in, everything's running fluidly, increasing your marketing, all it does, it exacerbates the current level of chaos you're experiencing.
One day you might be the school principal and you're not in the classroom anymore. And I feel like I'm on that trajectory now where I'm gradually stepping away from my patients or my students to now lead and manage my team of podiatrists or teachers. So we had our annual tax planning meeting a few weeks ago, and first thing our accountant said to us is like, what the hell have you guys been doing in the last 12 months? Because your revenue has skyrocketed. And we said, yep, that would be about the result of us joining Practice Acceleration.
Hey there guys, Tristan Bond here, CEO and founder of Practice Acceleration. Welcome to the Practice Acceleration podcast. And today, super excited because I've got the fabulous Jess O'Neill, director of Soul Podiatry, joining me. She's an absolute rock star. We're going to dive in and hear a bit about her story, and you guys can get a ton of value. So Jess, welcome to the big show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It is my absolute pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. So today, like you were saying before, when we're in the waiting room, is your business day, working on the business. Yes. What are you most excited about today? What's some of your projects you're pumped about?
Today I'm doing some team training with one of our newest recruits. So yep, love spending time with them and helping them grow. So
how good is that?
Yeah,
how good
it's awesome.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, super excited that you're here. Love to know, love to share with our audience. So you're the director of Soul Podiatry. I'd love to know, like, what was going on for you? You and I have been working together for around 12 months now.
We have.
About 12 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd love to know, when you joined us, what was going on? Like, what was the challenge happening in your business? What made you reach out? Give us a bit of a lay of the land as to how our relationship started.
Well, I guess it all, Sarah, my business partner, and I had done some business coaching in the past, a few years ago, and got a lot of value out of that. And then, about 12 months ago, I think I was just in a period of time where I was just wearing too many hats. I was trying to do it all. And just, I think like most business owners, looking at the diary, looking at the numbers, going, something's got to give. I was consulting almost full time. I was 4.5 days in the clinic consulting. And on top of that, spending my weekends and nights doing business admin, trying to train the team. I was cleaning the clinic at one stage too.
Really?
Yeah. On a Friday afternoon, I'd finish work and then I was like, oh, it's time to clean the clinic because we didn't, it's a bit ridiculous now, but we didn't have a cleaner. And so I think I just had this moment where I was like, something's got to change. And the worry for me was if I was going to reduce my consulting hours, that would have a really big financial implication on the business.
Yeah.
But I also was like, can't keep going this way. There's got to be a better way. So made the decision to maybe look at doing some business coaching again, and came across Practice Acceleration. And I think at the time I was really attracted to the marketing focus of the program, because that was kind of what I thought was our issue that we weren't doing anymore.
Everyone thinks the marketing is the issue, like the magic panacea. Like if we just throw more leaves at it, the problem goes away. Let's take that point and run with that.
Yeah.
What did you find was like underpinning like the real challenge? Like we thought, and what for you guys listening right now, I know a lot of you might be going, yeah, I just need more leads. And it's not just in healthcare, by the way, it's in every industry. People think, oh, but just get more leads.
Yeah.
What was really underpinning it? Like what was really not working underneath or slowing you down or holding you back?
Well, I think it was the fact that I was spending so much time consulting. I wasn't mentoring the team. I wasn't spending time with them. So the retention on the team's ability to keep patients and look after them to their best ability was kind of lacking. So what I thought was a marketing problem was actually more of a retention problem once I delved a bit deeper. But I mean, I didn't have the time to, catch up with them regularly and check in on them and follow their treatment plans and see if they were even treatment plans. So marketing was definitely not the issue. Although we have been doing marketing, which is great.
Yeah, and you've got some good wins in marketing, which we'll talk about today. I say to people, like, really, unless you've got all your systems dialed in, everything's running fluidly and smoothly, increasing your marketing, all it does, is it exacerbates the current level of chaos that you're experiencing. And so through our approach, you were able to look at it, go, hang on, there's actually opportunity missing here and it's creating chaos. So
yeah.
And your patch was, you said, like, you were at the clinic, 4.5 days a week, you're working on the business after hours, and you're even cleaning the business on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Now, I really hope that Friday afternoon you've replaced that cleaning time with something else.
Yes, no, I leave early on a Friday now, which is good.
Right. So what do you do when you leave early?
Well, I've got 3 kids, so now I go home and spend time with the family, which is much nicer spend of my time than it is cleaning the clinic and cleaning toilets.
Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Now your kids are cleaning the toilets for you. You're having a glass of wine and chilling out.
That's right. Now I'm cleaning my house, but that's okay. That's the next step.
I've got a question for you. So, what do you think? This is a bit left of center. What do you think that most people get wrong in the business of healthcare? When you think about other practice owners out there, what are they getting wrong? Let's get everyone, all of our listeners, thinking about this.
I think for me, it's thinking, like, when I went to uni, I've learned how to be a podiatrist. I've not learned how to run a business. I've not learned how to do accounting. I didn't know anything about numbers and things like that. So I think the biggest mistake owners make is thinking that they know it all, or they should know it all, without actually having any instruction or education around it. So, I mean, for me, that was our biggest light bulb moment, was when we started any type of business coaching. Was like, oh yeah, I need this, because it's like going to uni all over again. I've learnt the podiatry side of things. I haven't learnt how to run a business, and that's my job now.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
I wrote 2 things down there that, firstly, that you should know how to do it all, and then that you can do it all. So it's like, I want to dispel those beliefs as well. Like, if you haven't learned how to do it, how could you possibly know how to do it? And there was a time, like, there's obviously a lot of people that have like a natural tendency to really get into this and know this stuff, but it's very rare. Like 99% of the population, business is actually a learned skill. It's like, there was a time where you were not a podiatrist, but you've learned it step upon step upon step. The management and the growth of a healthcare practice is exactly the same. Yeah, it's a set of skills that you learn in a sequential order, and then your knowledge increases, and then you're getting that support to implement it. So I'm really glad that you shared that. And it's also impossible to do everything at once. Like, I've got this massive not to-do list. Like, there's very few things that I now do. So I'd like to talk to you about that. How is the type of work you're doing now different to what it was, say, 12 months ago, when you had this situation that was very stressful and chaotic? How does your day or your week look different now?
I think the big change is I've reduced my clinical hours, which had to absolutely happen. So I'm now in the clinic 3 days a week instead of the 4.5, which is
Beautiful.
which is then freed up 2 days a week where I can come in, spend time with the team. I have time to focus on them and doing their training. And I think for me, it's evolved. I kind of always tell people it's like the teacher into the school principal analogy. Like, you go to school to become a teacher, and then you teach the students, and then you might move your way up into a sort of a leadership position. And then one day you might be the school principal and you're not in the classroom anymore. And I feel like I'm on that trajectory now, where I'm gradually stepping away from my patients or my students to now lead and manage my team of podiatrists or teachers. And I think that mindset for me the shift in mindset for me on, I don't necessarily identify my job as a podiatrist anymore. I identify that I'm the business owner or CEO of Soul Podiatry. And
it's an identity change.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, that's been the biggest change in my role. And I've got sort of, whilst I'm still consulting now because I genuinely really love it, I can see, though, as the team grows and needs more of me, that I will have to gradually step away from that. And I can still love it, but that's okay. I love my new role as CEO and training my team members. So it's just a bit of an evolution. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that positively impact your team now that you're more available for them? Like, what have you noticed from your team? What sort of feedback have you had from them, and what sort of results shifting? Like, how's that played out?
I think the biggest thing is like just being around and being present. Like the amount of times like a team member might have a patient come in, and if they've got an element of uncertainty with where to take a consultation or a treatment plan, because I'm here, they'll come and I can go in and give them a hand and help them set those treatment plans. And I'm just more available. Whereas I guess before, they would have to be knocking on my door and interrupting my consultations to ask me questions. And so because of that, I suspect they would prefer not to do that. So they weren't reaching out as much. And then obviously the only other time to reach out would be in after hours time, which they also didn't want to do. So I think just being more available and being there for them to comfortably and know that it's sort of open door. I'm here to assist you today. Come and grab me if you need something. And I've noticed just the shift from the way we're structuring treatment plans, the results we're getting with our patients are much better. And then, as you know, numbers are improving. I mean, it's just an overall improvement across every element of business.
So business is improving, morale is improving, and clinical outcomes are improving. It's amazing. Well, a huge congratulations to you on that. On the business front, you've had some amazing wins. I had one here, our first Facebook campaign, $191 you spent on ads, and you have $6 per lead, which is just amazing. Congratulations. That resulted in $17,000 in the future pipeline work. So congratulations. Now, before that, had you done much Facebook marketing prior?
No, I'm not all that tech savvy with social media. So
me too. I'm a two-finger typer.
Yeah. So not at all. Yeah.
So walk us through that process. Like, we obviously gave you like the templates, we gave you the ad copy, we gave it all to you.
Yep.
How did you go with the application of it?
I actually found it really easy because the step-by-step, it's almost a step-by-step video instruction of click on this and find this. And that's where I get stuck. It's like, I'll go to this menu and settings and I'm like, oh, okay, you've lost me. But the fact that I could kind of sit there with my screen up and the video and then just follow the prompts visually was amazing. And so, got that was our recent campaign that we ran for Mother's Day, the one you just mentioned there. I had that set up within an hour, if not, maybe less. And that was actually there was a strategy that Dave ran. It's like, let's do a Mother's Day campaign. It wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't really contemplating doing a Facebook ad because I was doing something else. And I happened to jump on the strategy call and I went, oh, you know what? It is a good opportunity to do a campaign based on an event coming up. And so it was like, I've got time today. And within less than an hour, I had the campaign, everything done, up and running.
How good is that?
Yeah, got a whole bunch of new patients out of it.
Congratulations. Yeah. Like, it's about fast execution. And that's like, as many things I love about you guys, but one of the things I love about you guys, we give you something, you just go and apply it and you don't overthink it. And so there you go. And within an hour, you've put in this campaign you didn't even know existed. Correct. And you've grown your business. And that's speed. Like, that success loves speed. It's just backing yourself and just doing it. And it's not doing a million things at once. Mm-hmm. So I ask, as you know, all of our members inside our program at Practice Acceleration to dedicate time working on the business. Can you tell me about what does that look like for you now? Like, how do you make the time? I mean, I think people make some mistakes. They go, oh, I can't ever find the time. Or you need to make the time. Yeah. What does that look like for you guys, for you and Sarah and your business with making time for the business? How do you go about doing that and fitting it all within a busy family and a lot? Like, how do you do that?
Well, I think it's just having that dedicated time in the diary. Like 2 days a week is my non-consulting days. They are business. I structure in my team meetings and my training with the team in the diary. And then there's structured time to do some marketing focus, or we might have we've got a weekly meeting that myself, Sarah, and our practice manager have structured in our diary. And the thing that you've really got to try and stick to is then when I get home, that needs to cut it off there. And so really making that conscious effort to be present at home. And I walk past my computer and there's always this kind of like magnetic force pulling me towards the computer to like, you must go and do this. But but I'm really, really trying to make sure that I don't do that because I think it's also being present at home is so important. And so when I'm at work, I'm working and I can be really efficient and get everything done. But then it's time to go home, spend time with the family because they're super important. They're more important than the business.
Absolutely they are.
Yeah. And that's just, it's so for me, it's about just putting things in the diary. If it's in the diary, it gets done.
Diary's the boss.
Yeah. Diary is the boss. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
What difference has it made for you being surrounded by people at a similar level in business, striving for that next level together? Like, you're a very much a people person. What sort of impact has that made for you, being around other people going through the same journey?
Oh, I think it's just amazing when you're connecting and realizing that we're all in it together. We often all have very similar challenges within business. And so having the connection of the other people in the program, learning from them. I mean, I log into the coaching calls weekly, Thursday and Friday mornings on my commute to work. And most of the time, I'm just fly on the wall. And I always say I get answers to questions I didn't even know I had.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Is other
And I'll be
people-
driving. Yeah. And I'll be driving and I'm like, oh, that is actually really good. We have that similar issue. And so I get so much value out of that. Being part of boardroom and having another connection with like-minded CEOs who have the same, again, challenges, celebrating our wins. Like you mentioned, I'm social. I like to talk and I like people. And so just being connected with other business owners is amazing, because it can be lonely when you're running a business. I mean, I'm fortunate I have a business partner to share with, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people are in it on their own. And it can be a little bit lonely at the top sometimes.
Definitely. And not just like I'm like you, I've got a fabulous business partner also called Sarah. But before having Sarah, and like I was a sole owner, it was lonely. And not just lonely because there's people around, but lonely in the pressure on me, or the weight of responsibility. And not everyone needs to take on a business partner, but for me, that was just like the absolute perfect move, where we've got Sarah and I as such different persons, same as you guys, such different personalities, different strengths that just balance each other out. And like that's the rocket fuel. And to people that don't have a business partner, maybe they can hire that role that gives them that support, or they can join a program where they're surrounded by other people to get that support and that motivation where they're getting that access. So it's really about that power of proximity. Like what's the saying? Like, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And it makes such a big difference having the right people, surrounding you. Now,
It really does.
You have a 90-day business plan in place at all times now, where you know what your projects are to focus on each month. How different is things for you mentally now, knowing that you've got a 90-day roadmap that you can refer to? Like, how does that impact you, and how does that help with your focus?
I think for me, I'm someone who can get very sidetracked by new ideas and new tasks. And one of the biggest things I've learned doing the program is, like, a lot of the time it's like, what is your one thing? What is the one thing you're focusing on, whether it's today, this week, this month, this quarter? And so for us, we have now installed like a quarterly planning meeting. So myself, Sarah, and our practice manager get together for a day. We review the quarter we've just had, have a look at the tasks we were doing. What did we do well? What worked really well? What maybe didn't get done, and what the reasons why? And then we sit there and structure and map out, well, this is the next 3 months of what we want to do. This is who is in charge of doing it. And I think for me, it's great because I feel like I waste a lot less time. I come to work and I pull up my list of things that I'm doing. And it's like, today, this is my thing. I'm going to focus on that. And I'm not going to get distracted by the shiny objects and the new things that are coming up. If something's exciting, it can go in the plan and we'll get to that when it's time. But yeah, just having that laser focus on one task and executing that properly before, I can just recall before PA, I was, I'd have like 35 things on the go. And then someone like, oh, weren't you doing that? I was like, oh yeah, I haven't finished that yet. I started, just haven't finished it. So
Your should list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was too busy cleaning the toilets in the clinic to get.
That's right.
So
Far out. Yeah. It's like all those open tabs in your mind all at the same time. So that meeting you were talking about was like the quarterly offsite meeting that we teach you guys how to do. Is pretty cool, isn't it?
Love it. Yeah. So we make an effort to go somewhere for the day, and sit around, have a coffee, have something nice to eat. But it's just, there's no distractions. We're not in the clinic, so we don't have people coming up to us and asking questions and things that are not priority. We can really just focus in and spend that time reviewing and planning, which has been a really big game changer for us. It's given all three of us really good understanding of what we need to do and when it needs to be done by, which is great.
So good. There was recently a win that you shared that your accountant gave you guys some really good news. Would you be open to sharing that with our listeners?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we had our annual tax planning meeting a few weeks ago. And first thing our accountant said to us is like, what the hell have you guys been doing in the last 12 months? Because your revenue has skyrocketed. And we said, yep, that would be about the result of us joining Practice Acceleration.
How good.
Yeah. So we've increased our revenue by $500,000 in the last financial year.
OMG.
Yeah. Yeah. We went from 1.3 last financial year and we're on track for 1.8.
Oh my, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what the increase was, and that is more than I have thought.
Yeah, it was actually more than I had thought. It was when he was doing our numbers and I saw them and I was like, are you sure this is us?
Yeah, how good is that?
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
So when we talk about like changing and moving and growing a business, most people, the go-to is thinking about, oh, I've got to work harder. I've got to hustle harder. Whereas I believe that's actually the opposite. You've just got to focus more and do less. Yeah. So in terms of moving from 1.3 to 1.8, your hours have actually gone down. Am I hearing that correct?
100%. Yep.
Perfect. How about your energy levels? How are you feeling? Like, are you feeling more mentally free, or are you feeling stressed? Talk to me about that.
I reckon I've been a podiatrist for 18 years and I've owned a business for 16. And the last 12 months have been the most fun I've ever had at work in my career ever. I come to work and I'm energized. I think it's just been the most fun. And I think the reflection too at home, I'm not on the computer and I'm not stressing about things that I used to stress about. I mean, business owners will always have elements of challenges, but if I reflect on my last 12 months, I've never had more fun and I'm so excited for the next 12 months now because I feel like I've just got started.
What's possible now? So you think I bet that when we met, you wouldn't have thought you go from 1.3 to 1.8, cut 1.5 days a week and have more time. So now that you're at 1.8, now you know that's possible.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
What's next for Jess and Sarah at Soul Podiatry? And I know that you've opened up your new brand as well. There's so much happening. Yeah. What's next? Tell us about this. Get us excited.
Well, a few months ago, we sort of saw our numbers and went, oh, you know what? How amazing would it be if we made 2 million? But that's only 200,000 above what we're about to do. So I think what's next is bigger goals. Yeah. Yeah. With the branching out into something a little bit new, which is hopefully launching in the next few months. I mean, the sky's the limit. Sarah and I recently both went to Bali, which we'd never had a holiday. Never.
And he was that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, more opportunities Sarah is my business partner, but first and foremost, she's my best friend from uni.
Isn't that amazing?
And, we have our kids are friends and our husbands are friends. And so to be able to go overseas and leave the practice whilst we were both out of the country, I just didn't think that would be possible. It would have been nice, but anyway, we've done it and our business is flourishing. Yeah.
And you both have very fun husbands that like to have a good time as well.
Just a little. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, they're getting a bit wild on those scooters over there in the streets of Bali. And then you guys are up to karaoke. I'm like, I might have to send myself to bed because I'm going to present some content tomorrow. Well, we've got Noosa coming up, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
What that? Let's speak about Bali for a moment. So you're there with our boardroom group. Everyone there is doing their higher level business. What was it like just going to Bali, stepping outside of the business where we're in a room with like 25 of our boardroom members there, all doing like $1 million plus per annum, going to the next level. What's it like spending time with that group?
Oh, I love spending time with everyone in boardroom. I love our Wednesday meetings on Zoom. And then when we get to do the live face-to-face, Sarah and I come there, we're so willing to learn and absorb everything from not just yourself, Sarah and Dave, but the other people in the group when they share their wins and things that they've implemented. And I feel so energized after those events. And we come out with all these wonderful strategies on things that we should do and using examples. I mean, we're about to run a campaign that I'm launching today based off one of the things that we learned at Bali. So
I'm excited.
So it was Bree and Marty talking about how they sort of sent out their offer to their gym clients. And we sort of used that and went, how could we do something similar in podiatry? And so we've kind of just decided to contact all our patients who got a pair of orthotics last year to check in and see how they're going and if they would like to take the option of a second pair. So it's super simple and just using their knowledge and their idea and going, how can we pivot and make that relevant to us?
And
so
they've got the messaging right, Marty and Bree already. We worked on the automation with them, and now you can just borrow that automation, change the language.
Yep.
And I'm so excited because that's gonna dominate. And and the more you help your audience, the more you obviously get paid. Like, you're helping them by making opportunity available. It's going to benefit them in terms of their healthcare, and then your business grows as well. So I've got another question. So you mentioned at the beginning when we met, you said you've done business coaching before, and which is awesome. And I'm a lifetime learner, and I know that you are too. There's a lot of people that are listening that maybe they have tried it before and they're not doing it right now. And I can't comment for their past experience because I don't know who they've worked with or what that looks like. I'm personally interested to know, like, how was this experience with us different to what you'd had in the past?
I think for me, practice acceleration is just a really good all-rounder. It seems there's really a lot of good focus on, there's the marketing component, and then there's the retention and your team component, and then there's creating systems and things like that. And I just like that it's really clear and concise. The step-by-step training is completely different to what we've done in the past. The business coaching we did in the past was probably more about getting an understanding of like your numbers and how to read a profit and loss statement and going from, I used to say to people, I was a podiatrist who happened to own my job. And then I felt like with that business coaching and getting a better understanding of business, I became a business owner. But with practice acceleration, what I'm finding now is we're just getting so much value in terms of looking at marketing, looking at ways to systemize, looking at better ways at doing things so we can maximize our efficiency. You talk a lot about working within your genius zone. So working out, well, what is it that I'm really good at and what is it that I love to do and how can I spend more time doing that and less time cleaning bathrooms? I think it's just the structure, and I think it's great because you can work at your own pace. Like we came in thinking we needed marketing, and so that's what we started with. And then it was not long into the program we realized marketing probably wasn't our biggest issue. It was retention. So then we flipped and went, okay, well now our focus is on team training and working on things like conversion consult and signature systems. And so I like the fact that you can really individualize it to your own experience of what you need at that time and not just like, well, this is what we're doing this week and you need to do that. Because it may not be relevant to the business owner at that time.
That's right. Like of the 450 odd members in our program, no two people have got the exact same roadmap.
No.
That we've mapped down. We mapped them out individually. And it's interesting, like what you said is, and we know that everyone that comes in thinks marketing's a problem. So we always give you a done for you marketing campaign to roll out in the first 30 days, just to scratch the itch.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a certain level of anxiety that comes, I think, we're like, oh, I'm going to change my business and I need help. And is this going to work? So we're like, let's just calm the anxiety down and give you a little spring roll. So you eat it and like you calm yourself down. And then when we go through the assessment, honestly, like if there's a practice out there and you're listening, if you're doing like $35,000 to $40,000 plus per month, I would be very surprised if there wasn't another 43% in revenue hiding from you in a lack of efficiency or optimization with patient management. And by that, I mean sales, I mean recommendations, I mean retention. And it's like you've got to go through that process slowly with a new client to go, let's have a look at it. Let's see where it is. And it's like kind of ease you into it. And then you're like, well, you guys are going, oh my goodness, it's a kind of a retention like problem and opportunity.
Yeah.
And when we solve that, then we add in more leads, the right type of leads, add in the management layers and so on. So right now you're spending your time mentoring your team.
Yep.
And that's so rewarding doing that. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. Like, that's where, like, I don't know if that's my genius space, but it's where I most enjoy myself. And then the next layer up from that is you leading the leaders. So there's just like these constant layers moving up and you're just moving like 1, 2, 3, 4, moving up that ladder. So outside of work, Jess, I'd love to know, what do you love to do? Like, tell us about outside of work, Jess. What do you love to do apart from like sing karaoke, coming to Bali, hanging out, having some wine, seeing the kids? What do you love?
I'm Lady Gaga after a couple of glasses of vino. Well, apart from spending time with the kids and family, because that is my favorite thing to do, I'm a bit of a sports nut. I love sports. So I love going to the AFL. AFL's my preferred sport.
Who's your team?
I'm a Geelong supporter in the AFL.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so going all right again. So I love going to the football, love watching the football. I'm also a bit of a horse racing nut, so I like going to the races, getting all frocked up and a couple of champagnes. And I love spending time with friends. I'm super social. I love to hang out with my friends and people that I really value and spend time with them, whether it's coffee, going for a walk, going out for dinner and drinks. Like and I feel like I've been able to spend more time and be more present in those moments, which is probably part of the reason why I've had a really good personal 12 months and why I'm having so much fun.
Oh, I love that. And binging, what are you watching on streaming devices right now? What are you streaming?
I'm not a massive TV person. I don't really watch much TV.
I'm gonna have to get you into it.
I know.
You keep doing what you do in your spare time, and I'll keep like that's how I switch off a night.
I'm one of those people. I sit down and watch TV, and within 5 minutes, I've gone to start folding washing. Like I struggle to sit still.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I need to do more of the washing, the folding of the washing instead of binging TV. So a serious question. Let's go back in time. So if you could go back 3, 4, 5 years ago, what advice would you give to Jess from 5 years ago? That would make a really big impact.
I think I would have said, well, it's interesting. So I was in the depths of having babies and maternity leave and stuff. But I think the advice I'd be giving Jess at the time, who was literally trying to do it all, working, run a business, have babies, try and have maternity leave, was that you can't do it all. And that you need to get support in the right places with the right people. And if it's in the form of coaching, that's great. If it's in the form of utilizing your existing team members and delegating to do more things, that's what it looks like. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is you can't do it all. It's impossible. And so you need to figure it out what that it is that you can do and where your genius lies and what you're really good at and what brings you joy. And then move anything else, move it on to something else, someone else, another system. But yeah, I think I should have, I wish I had have called it earlier in getting help earlier. Cause I think I would have enjoyed being home with the kids when they were younger, probably would have enjoyed that and been present even more rather than trying to, wear all the hats.
Trying to be Superwoman.
Superwoman. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a false badge of honor. It's a false badge of honor.
Yeah.
And if people are out there listening, they're looking for advice and support in growing their business, like what should they be looking for in your opinion? Like what should people look for in a mentor, an advisor, and a coach? What should they look for?
I think what you want to look for is obviously people who know what they're talking about. That generally helps. Something that's been tried and tested. I think, a program the size of Practice Acceleration exists because it gets results. And so that's important to look at. I think it's really important to also understand where it is in business that you are at. And sometimes when you're inside your business, you can't see it. So sometimes you need an external lens to tell you it's not a marketing problem, it's a retention problem. And then just having people who have systems and strategies in place to help you, identify where your challenges are and then give you some really good structured advice and knowledge and resources to be able to work on those challenges. And the thing with Practice Acceleration is all the coaches are all phenomenal in their own right. They're all wonderful people with great ideas and great resources to help. And same with all the members in the tribe. So, having a big group just gives you access to more people.
Yeah, we're very blessed that we've got, I love my team. Yeah. They're all masters in my frameworks, better at them actually than I am. And I create the systems and they become masters of implementation, but they've all got different personalities and different backgrounds and experience levels and different superpowers, different genius zones. And we're also very lucky that our members are really incredible. And I say lucky, we're not really lucky in that regard. We're pretty careful with who we allow in and we create an epic culture. Yeah. Are you excited about all the AI stuff we're working on?
Oh my God, I love AI. I'm a ChatGPT girl. So yeah, I'm very excited of what's coming. Yeah.
So
I can't remember the last time I wrote
a job ad, I think, using our hiring bot.
Oh, I've done lots of things. I don't remember the last time I actually wrote something for myself. Instagram posts and ideas for Instagram, like reels. I don't even have to think about it anymore. Just AI.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Well, and Jess, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to work with you and Sarah. And $500,000 up compared to this time last year. You were happy before, but now you're really happy and you're vibrant. And it's just such a joy to work with you guys. So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
What I want to say to everyone listening is, if you want to learn how Jess has done this and some of the resources that Jess and Sarah and our other members are using, please follow me on Instagram at Tristan Bond Official. And what you'll see there is a number of videos that I share on our strategies and our tactics. You'll see fantastic case studies and podcast interviews like I'm doing with Jess right now. And if you've got any questions of us, please just DM me over there and I'll be delighted to help you out. So I'm going to call this a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me, Jess. And I will see you at the boardroom roundtable tomorrow morning.
You will. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. All right. Bye for now, legend. Bye.